We're going to get into the latest and greatest in Star Wars news, and specifically the Boba Fett trailer a little bit later. But I want to start the show off with something I've been thinking about all week that I thought was kind of interesting. Just kind of how far we've come with trailer releases in modern times, I guess, starting specifically with episode 1. So the episode 1 trailer, you had to buy a movie ticket to go.
Same with the episode 2 trailer.
And the episode 2 trailer. You had to buy a movie ticket to a movie that you did not care about to watch the trailer, and then you would leave, right?
Yep.
And then fast forward to 2021, and they dropped the trailer silently at 10 a.m. on a random Monday in October, and then we all collectively lose our minds, and then that's it. That's the conversation for the day. Every channel on YouTube makes a reaction and talks about it, and then we just kind of move on. And I'm curious, how you feel about that, because obviously putting a trailer in a theater exclusively, that's no longer a thing. But look at Force Awakens. You had to watch Monday Night Football to see the Force Awakens trailer for the first time.
Actually, no.
Or the teaser trailer did drop online, but the actual first trailer came out.
So the teaser trailer came out in theaters first. That was a special. I remember that. It was a special. It came out Thanksgiving week that Wednesday, and then appeared online on Thursday or Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember going to see my buddies and I are big Star Wars fans at the time. My buddy, funny enough, his name's Matt Watkins. We were like, all right, we want to go see the Star Wars trailer in theaters. Let's figure out a movie to see. And I remember what movie I saw because I remember how shocked I was by this movie. John Wick.
Oh.
John Wick came out 2 months earlier, still was in the theater. I'm like, let's give it a shot. We went to a late screening.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars trailer, John Wick, life was good.
Okay, you're right. You're kind of making me remember a little bit more correctly now. But
they tried to bring that experience back, and then it just was so short lived.
Right. So I the way I remember it in 2013 when that first teaser came out. It was late. It was late 2013.
15 or no, it was a year before.
It was November of 2013.
No,
because the movie came out in 2015, right?
We got it a year, almost exactly a year before it came out. So it would have been 2014 is when we got it, not 13.
Okay, I remember just being at home a random day, and it dropping online, and then the first official trailer dropped. It was the Chewie We're Home. I remember that got spoiled for me at school. I was just on Yahoo News, and I just see Han Solo and Chewie, and I'm like, what am I looking at? And then that trailer came out during class, and then it was the official final trailer that you had to watch 2 horrible quarters of football to see.
I know it's great. I didn't have to watch 2 horrible quarters of football because I was at work, and then I got home right before halftime, and I was set.
See, I don't even remember who was playing. I just remember I don't care about this game. I love football. I do not care about this football game whatsoever.
I remember who was playing.
Who was it?
Colts and the Eagles.
It wasn't the Colts. If it was the Colts, I would have cared. It was not the Colts.
It was the Colts in that Jacoby Brissett year, if I remember correctly.
No. You are way off. Jacoby Brissett played in 2019.
I may be thinking of Last Jedi.
I was gonna say, yeah, you might, because you're talking that first trailer came out, or that last trailer came out. It was October of 2015, and I remember very vividly that I did not care about that game whatsoever, and I was sweating throughout the whole first two quarters because this trailer was going to be coming soon.
Okay,
but
I got half of it. It was the Giants and the Eagles.
The Giants and the Eagles, yeah. So I just did not care. But anyway, that's kind of modern trailers. Since episode 1, you had to go to a theater to see it, and then Force Awakens was drop online, and then obviously the Monday Night Football thing. But now with Disney Plus and the power of social media, just drop it on social media and don't even say a word. And then we all just go crazy. And that's that. But I just thought that was interesting how far we've come with trailer releases.
I only knew it came out because of you. I'm not even going to lie. Because I had just gotten on my lunch break on Twitter. I saw the poster. I'm like, cool. Poster's dope. And next thing I know, I'm scrolling up Twitter. I see Toby. What is this?
Right.
Quote tweet of the trailer. I said, "Oh, I guess there is a trailer." Because sometimes it just release a poster the day or two before a trailer. I'm like, trailer on Tuesday makes sense. Okay. See a Toby Barkwell tweet. What is this? Oh,
It was very unexpected because we've talked about on the show before, and I guess we can segue into our first kind of news topic that the Disney Plus Day. Yeah, Disney Plus Day is a week from today. I did not realize that until minutes before the show started.
From yesterday.
A week from, so we're a week from yesterday. So we were getting very, very close. I did not realize we were that close to it. And I was expecting that the Boba Fett trailer would not drop until Disney Plus Day. It made the most sense. We're getting a Boba Fett documentary, like a mini doc that day. Mm-hmm. So I thought they were going to tie that all together. But no, they're just like, here's your trailer. Have fun with it, which tells me that Disney Plus Day is not going to be so focused on Book of Boba Fett, even though that's their next big, Star Wars project. I think giving us that trailer means that they can spend more time talking about what's coming down the pipe, which includes Obi-Wan Kenobi, Andor, and a whole bunch of new content that they're going to announce. So I guess we might as well start off with the bigger one about what they're going to announce that we haven't heard of yet. And there's an article on Star Wars Newsnet you guys can go check out about a new animated project that is in development that would be coming in 2023, I believe. And this show is titled Crimson Dawn, and it is about Darth Maul's crazy adventures in between the events of Clone Wars Season 7 and when we see him in the Han Solo movie. So a whole lot of time there to explore. And when you find out in Solo that Darth Maul has been running this crime syndicate underground, and he's this kind of kingpin, you're like, man, that is some really interesting potential Star Wars storytelling. And we've been waiting like 4 or 5 years now for that. And the fact that hopefully this article and this report is true, and that we are getting the show in a couple years is very exciting to me, because we get Sam Witwer back. We get another animated project, because you know how I feel about my Star Wars animated projects. They haven't missed since Clone Wars. I love so much of Rebels, and I love so much of Bad Batch. To get another one is very, very exciting.
Well, there's one miss there, and let's not forget it, and that's Resistance.
See, I don't want I'm just gonna mention this now. I don't want to go down this other path, but Resistance was not for us. Resistance was for
I still enjoyed Resistance.
6 to 9 year olds.
I just meant in general, considering how short-lived it was, it is technically a miss.
Okay, that's fair.
I still watched and enjoyed Resistance. Was there times I knew it was goofy? And I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, it's for kids my godson's age, so I wasn't sweating it.
Right. But anyway, your thoughts on Crimson Dawn and its potential?
I'm torn, because here's the thing. We've wanted this specific show for a long time, but let's be honest, and I speak for a lot of the fandom. A lot of people, and they've talked about it, have wanted it in live action, but because it's Darth Maul, they are willing to take a step back and just accept it as what we're getting it as. And that's what I'm doing. Dave Filoni, I trust, and that entire creative team, I trust. I get why, because we know Ray, for the last couple of years, Ray Park has had some issues. So that's just putting it lightly. So like when I heard animated, I'm like, all right, I know why, because Ray Park has gone crazy, so I can't be too upset. But damn.
Yeah, we don't need to get into that, but I will say I don't know how much involvement Dave Filoni is going to have on this project, because the guy's pretty busy right now with executively producing The Mandalorian, executively producing Book of Boba Fett, writing Ahsoka. He's currently writing Ahsoka, which might be filming relatively soon, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. So Dave Filoni is a busy man. So whoever is next on the totem pole in terms of the animation team, I definitely have their trust. Like yes, do your thing. I trust you, but I don't know if Dave Filoni will be involved.
True, but at the same time, think about how involved he is with Bad Batch, and that was going on while Mandalorian was going on.
That's true.
you got to remember, animated shows are much easier to manage while doing this other stuff because he's just got to just check up on the art. Yes, that looks good. That looks good. Maybe change this a little bit. And then it's also being at voice sessions, which an entire season's voice session takes like a day or two, maybe.
Right. That's true. I guess what I'm saying is he won't be as heavily involved as he was in exactly. So that's really exciting. I really hope we get that confirmation because when you have stories like this and they're not immediately confirmed at whatever next big event, we're like, okay, well, is it really still a thing? And they're just holding their cards to the next big thing. But I hope that we get this confirmation so we can get more excited about another Star Wars project.
Also, shouts off to Chris Anthony Lopez for saying, "Screw you! I'm not doing a Boba Fett reaction because you or Toby should do it." And I'm like, we've already both watched the trailer.
Yeah, see, I'm not gonna wait for you to be available to do a trailer reaction. Well, I see it on Twitter. I am immediately stopping what I am doing and I'm watching it.
And I'm like, Chris. Because he's like, I didn't even know there was one. I'm like, I know you didn't because you don't know half the time. So that's why I came to you.
Chris is a busy man, but I'm like glued to my phone 24/7 because I have a job where I can afford to. So I don't miss anything. The minute something drops, I immediately know. Hola, what's going on? Glad to have you guys here today. So much exciting stuff to talk about. But moving on, Disney Plus Day, there's so much to unpack, and the thing hasn't even happened yet. So moving on from Crimson Dawn, again, there's a big article on Star Wars Newsnet about what to expect from Disney Plus Day, and we're just going to transition into Kenobi. We are pretty confident we are getting something from Kenobi, whether that be a sizzle reel, an actual trailer.
They say a trailer. They are saying a trailer.
So here's the thing with these reports. I don't get my hopes up for a trailer when they say we're getting a trailer. Right. I get my hopes up that we're seeing something because if we don't get a trailer, then at least I can keep my expectations in check that we are going to see something. If I get excited about a trailer, we don't get a trailer, I'm going to be bummed. So I'll just say that we're getting something from Kenobi. Star Wars Newsnet seems pretty confident we are getting an actual trailer. And I don't know how I'm going to react to that. I still can't believe that it's real, that we are actually getting this Kenobi show and that we're going to see footage from it very, very soon.
I will say this. They say teaser trailer, and me, that works because teaser trailers, if you look, are normally about a minute long and then only give you like, it may just be him walking and a pan up towards the weathered Tatooine face and with a voiceover.
Right.
And you hear, and it might be a voiceover of a conversation he's having with Anakin or Darth Vader.
Just the thought of that. I can't believe it.
Toby and I, if we were in the same room, we'll probably be texting each other, freaking out. But if we were in the same room, we'd probably be crying like babies.
Man, so Disney Plus Day it's on a Friday.
Yes.
Correct. We may, if possible, have to.
We might be going live after. I'm talking to Chris about it.
We that needs to happen because if I see Hayden, if I hear Hayden's voice, I'm gonna just like melt. I'm just gonna melt into like a puddle of me, and it's just, again, I will say it over and over. I cannot believe that this is finally happening. Kenobi himself, Ewan McGregor as Kenobi. I already know what to expect from his look for this show. Like, we've seen his beard, his slicked back hair. We expect very similar outfit than what we saw in Revenge of the Sith and in A New Hope, something kind of in between. But Hayden, we don't know what we're getting with Hayden. We know we're seeing Darth Vader, but I don't think they just brought in Hayden to be in the Darth Vader suit. That still doesn't make any sense to me. Like, they could easily just put someone bigger and taller in the suit. You know what I mean? So Hayden's involvement in the show, I'm very, very curious how they're going to handle that. And if we get just a itty bitty little tease in that trailer, ooh, that'll hold me over till maybe next May when we do get this show.
Yeah, no, I'm like I told you before, knowing the history of how how Celebration works and how shows work, I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, the show's coming out in June. You're going to show us the first episode or two at Celebration if you're a part of the Obi-Wan panel. That's just how it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and if that's the case, I pray to God, because we're about to hit December and they still haven't put up new tickets yet. I pray to God they do so soon because I want to start.
Yeah, it's literally it's next week. It feels like it's coming very, very soon. So I'm very excited to get the ball rolling on those plans because we're gonna do our darndest to make it over there. But yeah, that trailer seems like it's happening. If we don't get a trailer, I'm not gonna be bummed. I do believe we are gonna see something from Kenobi, and that in itself is very exciting. And then other shows that we know for sure we're getting that has been worked on for a while is Andor. Andor seems like it filmed for 2 years. So I'm pretty confident. And again, on this Star Wars Newsnet article, it seems like Andor is going to be a pretty significant show. And they're reporting that we're talking 12 episodes for the first season, which is significantly more than we've gotten.
They said first season, so they confirmed this may be multiple seasons.
Right, and as I said, they filmed this show for a while, and it wasn't on the volume. They actually built sets. They went on location, so it took a lot longer to film the show, which is exciting because we've gotten kind of spoiled with the volume with Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. They both filmed in Kenobi as well, so it's nice for Star Wars to go back on location, back in building, these big elaborate sets that we're so used to seeing. But again, according to Star Wars Newsnet, we are getting a trailer finally for Andor. That was the first project that we knew from Disney Plus after The Mandalorian. And felt like forever ago. So to finally see a glimpse of Andor is going to be pretty exciting.
No, and I agree. It's so weird to be like, hey, you've been waiting for this stuff for a couple of years now. We're finally going to give you something. And I think we're just inching closer and closer to what my friend Brian has called inevitable since Disney Plus became a thing, which is feels like it's about to be like, you got a Star Wars project going on, then you got a Marvel project going on, then you got a Star Wars project going on, then you got a Marvel project going on, and that's what they've been waiting for, because that's how you keep those subscribers going, especially when you're being the smart ones and doing a weekly model.
Yeah, I agree 100%, because when Disney Plus first got released and The Mandalorian was the tentpole project for Disney Plus, there was not a whole lot other things, keeping subscriptions, keeping subscriptions up, keeping people from not canceling their subscriptions. So you watch the first season of Mando, you could cancel your Disney Plus subscription until the next season, right? But now, because we're finally getting all of these projects rolling and released, you have something to look forward to every single week, whether that be a Marvel project, whether that be a Star Wars project, whether that be a Disney animation project, whether that be a Pixar project. Like, there's so much content now. It's keeping people involved in Disney Plus.
And you want to know what I think? I think Disney Plus doing this has helped gotten people readjusted to the non-Netflix model, because I don't see many people complaining about it like they used to when it first started happening, because I just want to watch all of it. And now people are realizing the benefits of this, of, hey, I can talk about this and think about this for a week with all these other people and have real conversation, because that's something that we've lacked with that Netflix model, because someone might only be like halfway through the series. Oh my God, did you finish? What did you think of this? It's like, I didn't get there yet. It's like, oh, well, sorry.
No, 100%. And like Stranger Things, they put out a trailer today, and I haven't watched it yet because my excitement for Stranger Things 4 is not as high, because I haven't watched season 3 in 2 years, because I binged it all in one afternoon. So if they had spread that out a little bit, it wouldn't have been such a huge gap between seasons, so the excitement still would have been there. And I'm shocked Netflix hasn't changed that model on its bigger shows yet, because there aren't any Stranger Things reaction podcasts or YouTube channels, because you talk about the season in one show and then there's nothing else to really break down and get, into the nitty gritty of. So if they were to release a Stranger Things episode every single week, social media would be talking about it every single week. YouTube and the podcast game would get involved. And I don't want this to become a Stranger Things show, but I totally see what you're saying, in that the weekly release model for Disney Plus has worked so well, and I'm glad people are getting on board with it finally.
Yeah, just took nearly 3 years.
Right. Yeah, I don't like binge culture, man. Binging a show wears me out, because let's say it's 14 episodes in a standard season of television these days. By like episode 7, I forgot what happened in episodes 1 through 3, and I have to watch the recaps, which no one wants to watch the recaps, and
Right.
it's just exhausting. Like I don't love it.
What's up, Galaxy Geeks? If you friends of the channel, Galaxy Gate, go like and subscribe. All their stuff. Love working with Eli and Luke over there.
Yeah, shout out to Galaxy Geeks. Make sure you go check out their channel. They will be doing a Stranger Things trailer reaction. That's what they do. We don't do that stuff over here. So make sure you check them out.
We've been doing it though.
I'm talking about this show. I'm not doing a Stranger Things reaction show on Saber Reels. Like that. That's not happening. But shout out to Galaxy Geeks. We appreciate y'all. So we got Kenobi, we got Andor. Let's transition into Ahsoka. So we know Ahsoka's coming, but it may be coming a lot sooner than we expected. I don't know if we will see or hear anything about Ahsoka on Disney Plus Day, because I believe Dave Filoni is still writing the show. You have a theory? Go ahead.
I have a theory. We're going to get a cast list at least.
Ooh, okay. I like where your head's at. That actually makes a lot of sense. That we could finally get confirmation on the Ezra casting, the Sabine casting, the Thrawn casting, because there have been rumors floating around since Ahsoka got announced who was going to be playing these characters. So to get that finalized would be very cool. It wouldn't take up much time in the panel. So that's actually a good idea. But that aside, apparently Ahsoka will be filming this year, which is crazy to me.
Which means probably I started this whole thing off saying we're about to get Star Wars all the time. We're gonna have Kenobi, Andor, Bad Batch season 2, Mandalorian season 3, and then we're probably gonna go into Book of Boba Fett season 2, and Ahsoka season. And Party Jay, what's up? Yeah, we talked about that on last week's show, Partis. Or 2 weeks ago. We didn't do it on last week. So
2 weeks ago we broke down that news. Make sure you check out that past episode. But I mean, you brought it up, so we're definitely going to mention it again. We know Hayden Christensen is back for this show, so that's very exciting. But we apparently, according to Star Wars Newsnet, just go to Star Wars Newsnet for all your news. Like I know we like to talk about it. We don't report on things. We just react to the reports, and we get all of our news from them because they're very reliable and they're good dudes over there. So make sure you check them out. But one of their reporters heard something that Rosario Dawson was going to be filming a, quote, Star Wars thing in December. Obviously, they can't, tell us what that is, or she can't say what that is because it's Star Wars. But we assume it will be Ahsoka unless she's going to be popping up in Mando Season 3, which, I don't know her involvement in that season necessarily. I don't know where she would fit in, at least in what we think that season's going to be about, which is the Mandalorian going to Mandalore and taking up the throne, maybe not. But anyway, I know I'm kind of rambling here, but Ahsoka seems to be filming this year, which means we're going to get it even sooner than we expected, which is awesome.
Yeah, I happy boy, happy boy. There's so much to love. There's
so much is coming, Matthew. I can't contain my excitement, but it's also very overwhelming because we've been doing this show for 24 minutes. We've broke down potential trailers and cast lists for 6 shows, and it's just never going to stop. It's unbelievable.
You act like that's a bad thing.
No.
This is what you and I have wanted. I
don't want you or anyone watching to think that this is upsetting me. Like, this is very exciting. It's just unfathomable the amount of content that is coming our way very, very soon. I mean, 2022 is going to be so busy. I mean, you literally just broke it down that we know for a fact we're getting Book of Boba Fett in December, and that will last at least through the good part of winter into early spring. And then we know unofficially, just in terms of timelines and how filming, was organized and everything, that Kenobi will probably be coming next because it was the shorter project and it is the most demanded project. So I think they are going to fast forward that to us as soon as they can. So maybe May, right? And then that's going to be a limited series, 6 episodes. So 6 weeks, maybe they take a break off. So you're looking at about 2 months So for Kenobi, so getting into summer, we know Bad Batch season 2 is rolling, and Kiners are already working on the music, so that's coming very soon. That's going to push us through summer into fall, and then fall probably Andor all the way through winter, and then Mando season 3 around Christmas next year. So that is an entire year without a break from any Star Wars project, and that's just what we know, right? We know Crimson Dawn is coming supposedly. We know Ahsoka's coming. We know Book of Boba Fett season 2 and season 3. Like, so much stuff. I can't handle it. I can't.
And see, that's the thing. We're talking about what we know is coming. This report says we're looking at 3 or 4 Star Wars projects to be announced.
I just don't know how they're going to do it all. Like, are they going to be airing stuff at the same time? Like, I don't know if they can do that, because then, that gets, because then obviously Marvel has their own things going on. Like, it's so crazy to wrap your head around how much stuff we're getting in a very short amount of time. And I know that we're going to get a lot of it next week. Like, next Friday is going to be so exciting. I cannot wait to do a reaction to that whole show, because I remember the last Disney Plus day. Like, our reaction to that was
we're
so
getting
crazy.
the teaser for Bad Batch season 2 also.
Is that just been reported, or was that in that same
part of the
article?
report, but it was just towards the end of it.
Oh, okay, man, so much stuff, so much stuff. But so just go through the list one more time. We know for a fact, I'm not going to say for a fact, but we're very, very heavily rumored Kenobi trailer, Andor trailer, Bad Batch season 2 trailer, and Crimson Dawn announcement. Flick and Reel, what's going on? Eventually, we will start getting 2 massive releases a week, but they just won't be on the same night, even though right now,
Jesse, I actually agree with you. I think they're probably. Part of me agrees with you. Part of me is like, where else would they put it? Because they moved it off of Friday for the reason of they didn't want everything to get cannibalized on. So I could just see them dropping things on both nights, and you're keeping those numbers up.
Yeah, there's no way that they're only going to be putting stuff on Wednesdays. Like, they are going to be doing, like, this show will air exclusively on Tuesdays. This show will air exclusively on Thursdays. Hopefully the streams don't get taken down like DC Fandom. Yeah. Please don't. Please don't. Like, we're going to definitely need that saved, because there's going to be so much stuff. It's going to be hard to kind of contain it all and remember everything that gets announced, because it's just it's gonna be a whole thing. Like, that panel is gonna be, and this we're just a Star Wars show. Like, we are also huge diehard Marvel fans. Like, I cannot imagine the Marvel stuff that's coming as well. So it's just, should I call into work on Friday? Like, let's make a consensus now. Should Toby call into work on Friday to prepare?
When we get the announcement at what time this stuff is, possibly.
Because what Fridays I'm normally off early, and I usually go to the gym. I might have to skip the gym on Friday, which is gonna hurt me. It's gonna hurt me.
Well, you can always go after the stream.
I'm gonna be very excited, so I'll have built up energy.
I was just about to say, you have that energy, you gotta burn off anyway. So,
all right, so that is kind of what we are expecting for Disney Plus Day. I know we're gonna miss some things, and there's gonna be a whole lot of surprises that I can't wait to break down on the show next week, but. Couple other little things before we talk about the trailer. We know Star Wars Visions was a huge success. People really seem to dig it. I was loving the social media reactions when that show got released, like anime fans who weren't necessarily Star Wars fans reactions, and then Star Wars fans who weren't necessarily anime fans reactions. Like, they just seem to really, really love the show. And one of the episodes, the Village Bride, was nominated for some awards. And I believe, how many were they nominated for, Matthew?
No, it's just so they submitted it for the Oscars, for Oscar contention, because we're still in that period where things that are released on streaming still can go towards it. So,
as like a short film category,
or in the animated short category.
Okay. In that case, yeah, that's very cool. I like its chances, because The Village Bride is a beautiful piece of Star Wars art, and I love it so much. And so I'd like to think it's got a pretty good chance at maybe getting a trophy. Yeah. So that's really exciting.
Funny enough, one of the recent Saturdays we were off, because I think it was a Saturday before the one we came back. There's a friend. She had a baby. She wanted us to come over. That was the only day that worked, so we went. So we went. She's like, let's watch a movie or something. And she's a big anime person. I said to her, I'm like, have you watched Star Wars Visions yet? Because she and I talk about Star Wars all the time. She's like, no, I was very, very pregnant, and then the baby came right around the time it dropped. So she's like, I have not. She's like, what is it? I'm like, you don't know that Star Wars anime came out, and you're an anime fan and a Star Wars fan? She's like, Star Wars. So instead of watching a movie, we watched all of Visions, and she just gushed over the Village ride.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that. So that's really exciting for Visions. I'm glad it's gonna get some love and stay in the topic conversation all through award season. And then another thing that I don't really get too much into, I'm sure other channels have talked ad nauseum about it because that's just what other channels like to do. I personally don't like to do these things, but we'll just bring it up just for sake of conversation, I guess. But Matt Smith was doing an interview promoting something. Yeah, he was promoting something
last night in Soho.
Okay, last night in Soho, which I haven't watched yet, and I can't wait to watch it. No spoilers. But it was brought up his rumored involvement in the Rise of Skywalker and what the truth of that was. And he was very coy, but he said that his role in the film would have changed the changed the galaxy forever or something. I don't care. Like, I really don't. He wasn't in the movie.
Toby's like, he's not there. I don't care.
He wasn't there. We can all kind of guess he was probably going to play a young Palpatine or a clone of Palpatine or something.
He asked Palpatine. He's like, no, but it would have changed. That was the question that was asked. He said no, but it would have changed. That's why people are making such a big deal out of it. Because
I didn't even really look into it.
He did confirm that it was not a young Palpatine.
Okay. In that case, I guess I'm a little bit more curious what it was. I'll eat crow this time. I didn't do my homework. I apologize. I don't do my homework sometimes. But anyway, that happened. React as you will.
Yes. By the way,
am I forgetting anything, Matthew?
Going back a little bit towards the Disney Plus Day, did not mention that apparently we're going to get some Mando season 3 stuff.
Oh, yeah, yes. They just started filming within the past month and a half, 2 months, we know. So I guess that's enough time to put, maybe a behind-the-scenes little reel together. I will say this, though. I don't know how much we are going to actually see from Mando Season 3 might be something that they only air for, like, the investors,
See, so but this
I don't know if
different because it's not Investors Day like it was before. This is a general to the public.
Oh, okay. In that case, we might actually see something. But if there was going to be anything that they might save for just the the investors, if that was what they were doing, I believe it'd be Mando Season 3 because it's something that they just started working on.
Hey, Toby, I think we know what that movie is that we're about to talk about is now.
Oh, yeah. Again, we were going to talk about the trailer, we promised, but there was so much news this week that we had to get to. And something else that was kind of reported this week, that Star Wars is going to be starting production on a movie very soon that could be released in 2024. And it is not Taika Waititi's movie. It's not Rogue Squadron. It's not Kevin Feige. It is not a movie that we know about. So it's kind of a surprise thing that we don't even know what it even could possibly be. And
we know now. Star Wars Newsnet.
Shout out to Star Wars Newsnet. What we got, Matthew? Am I gonna cry?
An Old Republic movie developing for 2023.
Old Republic, our old friend that we seem to talk about every single show. And I'm not saying that bad thing. Like
I see you trying to like hide your excitement a little bit. I just
No, I'm that's cool. That's awesome. This has been something that has been expected. I will say that Old Republic has been the elephant in the room in terms of Star Wars. Hey folks, how we doing, sexy people? Oh, what's going on, Joseph? Appreciate you. What was I saying? Old Republic has been the elephant in the room. We knew that we were going to get something very soon. It is one of the biggest properties in the franchise in terms of fan involvement in the game and the side novels. Like Old Republic is a huge piece of Star Wars that isn't even canon anymore. And we know we found out a couple months ago that they are remaking the Old Republic video game. Whether that's canon, we don't really know yet. There's so much stuff we don't know about the Old Republic remake. And I thought that was gonna kind of give us our Old Republic for now, up until maybe Old Republic was going to be something years and years in the future. But if they're gonna fast forward and
And
an Old
see,
Republic movie
this is
now, that's
hold up,
very
and
interesting.
this is exactly what I was about to bring up. Thank you, Galaxy Geeks, because remember that Old Republic remake game was supposed to come out in what year?
I'm not. Was it
2023.
So what would be very interesting to me and would get my excitement much higher is the game and the movie somehow tying together.
And
If
that's
if that
precisely what
could
I was about to bring up.
if that could be a thing, and we can get some benefits of playing the game as well as the movie. You know how I feel about interconnectivity and being rewarded for reading the books or watching this, watching
Here's
that.
the thing: we know that the game is supposed to be a complete remake. What's to say that they don't change up a few things and now this game would be canon and not just a remake? And that's why they went with a completely different studio this time around.
Right, and then whatever happens in the game could be brought up in the movie or characters,
or vice versa. Or maybe it's leading up into the game.
That's very, very interesting. Again, this is just a report by Star Wars Newsnet. My excitement for anything doesn't hit the ceiling until it's on StarWars.com. Right.
Yeah.
So
but
we're not quite there yet, but that's very interesting that they might be doing this sooner rather than later.
Here's the question though. Do you think it would be the first Star Wars movie for Disney Plus, or do you think it would be a theatrical release?
Shout out to Joseph Revan movie. I don't know about that. I think if they were going to make an Old Republic movie, it would be an Old Republic movie involving all of the characters that we know from the Old Republic. It wouldn't just be focused on one specific character. But I like where your head's at. That could be a thing. Again, we're talking about Disney Plus right now, right? That is the focal point of Star Wars right now. Star Wars storytelling is excelling on the small screen, and that's fine by me. Like, I'm not going to complain. I know Christian Harloff said years ago, he was kind of the first one to say that he thinks Star Wars belongs on the small screen as compared to the big screen, and I don't disagree with him. I think
not
Star
anymore.
Wars
Not like I'm with you because and him because originally when he first said that all those years ago on Collider, I'm like, nah, man, I like my Christmas and I'm like if they gave us an option to like buy up like 1 weekend only. Buy a ticket, let's call it like a $70 ticket, and watch the entire series in one sitting after that. Cool, yeah, I would do that. But I like having these expanded on stories and getting all this extra lore and all that.
And I will mention this before we move on to the trailer. I saw a comment in a Reddit thread that was very interesting to me, and I know Reddit can be a scary place sometimes. But someone said that this movie could actually be the big event that goes with Mando, with Ahsoka, with Book of Boba Fett, with Rangers, if that ends up happening. Because we know Kathleen Kennedy said in that last Disney Plus event that it was going to culminate to one big event. What if this movie is that event? I wouldn't be mad at that. If we're talking about putting Star Wars back on the big screen, I think that would work. Having all of us invested in these shows and then the final big, climax being on the big screen, we can bring back the Star Wars fanfare. I think that could work.
I mean, you own Fox now. Like here, you know what sucks,
right? You do.
You know what sucks? Like I sit here, I'm like, you own Fox. You could have done all Star Wars fans a favor and just made it a 20th century film in partnership with Lucas. You didn't even have to make it a 20th century film. You could have just. Just for the hell of it.
Yeah. All right, and when I said fanfare, I guess I meant just the Star Wars opening that we all know and love. John Williams music blaring. No, you're right. Let's just get into it. We're 40 minutes in. I know we're going to talk about this for a chunk of time, but Book of Boba Fett trailer just out of nowhere dropped on a random Monday. I mentioned earlier on the show, I thought they were going to wait until Disney Plus Day to air this, but they're like, we're going to give you this now, and the real excitement is going to come a couple weeks later. So, Book of Boba Fett trailer, there's not a whole lot to talk about because they really didn't show us anything that was just like brain melting. It was just we got some shots of Boba Fett having some conversations with some pretty slimy people, some action scenes. I love the opening of where, mystery character says, I heard you were a bounty hunter. And he's like, nah, fam, I'm not about that life anymore. So really curious to see, you know, because we've always known Boba Fett as the best bounty hunter in the galaxy, but we've seen very little of him in really anything until Mando. He had like 5 minutes of screen time between the original trilogy. So we've known him as just the bounty hunter, the cool bounty hunter with the cool suit. And now in his first official, you know, big crescendo back into Star Wars, he's not a bounty hunter anymore. He seems to be a crime leader. And a lot of this trailer was just him being a crime leader, having these conversations about, hey, I think this would be mutually beneficial if we work together instead of trying to cut each other's heads off. And I love his new suit. I love the black cloak. I love when he repainted his armor, because it was just like him saying, you know what, I'm officially back. I'm turning over a new leaf. This is the new me. But his armor's already getting scratched up and dented. So I just love so much about just the visual aspects of the trailer and the costumes. And obviously Fennec being back is awesome. I love her so much. She's already becoming one of my favorite characters, and we've seen.
Did you see that her figure for Black Series leaked the other day? Like,
I did see that. That's one I'm probably gonna pick up for sure.
Toby's like, I've been trying to cut back on those, but they're coming out with like what I've been waiting for right now, so I might go back on them for a little bit.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I actually got something in the mail recently, and I'm looking at it right now. Give me one second. This guy came in.
Yours came, mine didn't. I can't even find the confirmation number for mine.
So that came in. I forgot I pre-ordered it. It was another one of those moments where you get a notification and you're like, "Oh yeah, I bought that like months ago."
I forgot to let you know Rex came back and
No, I already got him. I pre-ordered him again forever ago. It hasn't came in yet though.
No, the Walmart one.
Oh yeah. I saw a notification from Yakface on Twitter, and it sold out within minutes, as they do. So I wasn't too disappointed in that. My Rex Hot Toys should be here very soon. I'm very excited to get that guy in, because I've been seeing people I follow on socials unboxing theirs, and I've been super jealous that I haven't gotten mine yet. But it'll be here shortly, so that's exciting. And then I got this shirt. Last week. It's like Samurai Boba Fett. I thought that was pretty fitting for today's show. But anyway, I'm done rambling. Matt, quick thoughts on the trailer.
Real quick. I've got nothing cool since the Dark Saber. It's been dry. I will say this. I've been eyeballing the Wedge helmet. Just this boy repainted, and the First Order Stormtrooper helmets. They're my two local GameStops. I'm like.
Yeah, I saw one at the mall when I got this shirt at GameStop, the First Order helmet, and I was like, I don't need it.
But I want it.
I don't know where I would put it. Like, you guys can't really see my room, but where does anything go anymore? There is no room for anything. I'm not going to put up shelves because I'm trying to move, and the idea of putting up shelves just to take them down is exhausting.
But Toby, you still buy it, and you just for the time being put it in your closet until you get to be able to do that move.
I'm tempted to move my webcam to my closet, because there's no room in my closet either. There's just stuff everywhere. I can't contain any of it. It's all just overflowing, and it's just crazy. I just need to move. That's it. But anyway, Matt, trailer reaction, go.
I loved it. All I need from a teaser trailer ever is the vibe, because this came out November 1st, which means we'll probably get one more middle of December that'll give us more insight as to what the story is, because that's what ended up happening with the Mando.
Right, and that trailer will run on a loop on every single show, on every YouTube ad until the show airs, because that's what happened with Mando. Like, I had to start skipping them because I don't want to see anything of this anymore. Like, I'm already excited.
And keep in mind, I will say this: props to Disney and Disney Plus, because something they've been great at is when they give us one of these trailers. Even like the TV spots and whatnot, it's just what we've seen, and also it's like only the first episode or two.
Yep, I was about to bring that up. That as much as I enjoyed this trailer and it got us a little idea of what the show's going to be, it all seemed to be from the very first episode. It's going to be the pilot, them kind of setting the scene on what Boba and Fennec are up to. And I don't want to get into, episode links necessarily, because I don't like that conversation either, where people are like, it needs to be an hour, it needs to be 50 minutes. Like, the episode is going to be as long as episode needs to be. right?
Exactly.
So
And I think you and I have had this conversation before, where people need to just be happy you're getting the story, because at the end of it, we all know when the season is over, you're just gonna binge watch them back to back to back, and you're gonna view it as one full story. So why does it matter how long it is?
1,000%. And again, according to Star Wars Newsnet, or maybe this is officially official now, I'm not sure, but we're looking at about 9 episodes for the first season. So one more than Mando, so one extra week. So that's really exciting. And for 9 episodes, I imagine that, again, if we're just going to guess here, episodes will range between 35 and 45 minutes. I think that's pretty fair. The first episode will probably be a little bit longer because we're going to be setting the stage.
The first episode will probably be an hour.
Yeah, I think so too.
And based off of what I got today, I am like totally certain I'm going to get Book of Boba Fett. I am totally certain.
You think you're going to get it early?
I think I'm going to get the first episode or 2 early. I wouldn't be shocked.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't want you beating me to the punch.
Toby, you know what I would do.
See, but we had this conversation last week, and you made a mean joke about me. How, like, when it comes to me, when the way I get my Star Wars content, I take it very seriously. Like, I lock my door, I light a candle, I turn the lights down, and I just zone out and I just watch. I watch my Star Wars. I don't want any distractions. I don't want to be watching it on a small freaking screen.
Hey, Toby. There's this thing called an HDMI port on your laptop.
That's too much work. I'd have to unplug everything here. I'd have to move it to my TV. That's
not a lot of work.
That's too much. It's
not. You're just
no. You know what? I'm just gonna be honest. I'm jealous that you could get it early and I can't. That's it. I'm jealous that you get it early and I don't. I'm just kidding. I'm very excited for you to get anything early because you've worked your butt off to be able to get that. So if you get to see it early, just fucking don't text me. Excuse my language. Just don't fucking say anything. Just let me watch it because you have an issue with spoilers sometimes, Matthew, and we've warned you about it. So you gotta be careful.
I don't spoil the stuff before if it's preview stuff.
Like I don't want an emoji. I don't want an I don't want anything. I want silence from you if you watch this early. I know you hooked me up with visions, and I appreciate that, but Book of Boba Fett is a little different.
Yeah, fair enough. And just think that, but at the same time, Toby, this is going to be every show going forward.
No, I hate that you said that because it's just going to piss me off more. You're right. It's not just Book of Boba Fett. Like literally every Star Wars thing from now until the end of time, you're going to be getting early somehow. So, yeah. Put me on that list. I'll just say that. Put me on that list. Hey, Lucasfilm executive who works with Matthew. Please put me on the list.
It's a Disney thing. It's a Disney thing. But yeah.
Okay, Disney.
Shout out to my rep for getting me on the Disney list. That's all I gotta say.
I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not taking it this seriously. I promise. It's not a big deal. I'm just joking.
Slightly, a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Am I missing anything? I know we typically do our Star Wars adventures. I'm going to start doing that towards the end of the show now, just kind of a way to just kind of close the show. I got this shirt. I love this shirt. Shout out to Box Lunch. I don't have a Box Lunch in my hometown, but I went to closer to Indy a couple weeks ago, and I bought so much stuff. I bought this guy. Love this shirt. I bought this little guy.
Box Lunch is dangerous.
I bought this little guy. I'm really happy about him. Behind me, I'm not going to grab it, but right there is Ahsoka, my Ahsoka from Mando. So I love seeing that in the wild. And then I got this that I showed you already. So I actually picked up a lot of things, and I was telling Matthew off screen that I started rereading How Star Wars Conquered the Universe. It's a book that basically talks about how Star Wars became what it is today, starting with A New Hope all the way through up until the sequels were getting made. And there's so many interesting tidbits in that book that I'm really, really excited to maybe talk about on a show separately, because there's just so much interesting facts and stories and conversations that I didn't know about, and I thought I knew everything.
Crew necks, right?
What's going on?
You wear crew necks, right?
Sure. If it's cool enough, I'll wear a crew neck. What'd you find? What am I gonna have to buy now? Oh, that's cool.
And then it has the 50th anniversary.
Oh, that's cool, man. And I got a coupon. So story. I bought this shirt, and this is the only thing I was gonna buy. And then the nice guy at the register was like, hey man, if you spend another like $4,
You get this coupon.
So I bought this guy. This was just like a thing to get a coupon. So I mean, I'm happy I got him, but I got a coupon. So now I can use the coupon to maybe get that sweater, because that sweater's pretty cool.
Yeah.
V-neck.
Greater neck.
I don't know how.
One's a t-shirt. One is a sweater. So I can't really compare the.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You sent me down the.
Why?
You sent me down the box lunch rabbit hole. You fucker.
See, now what we're going to do, because if you guys don't know, when we close the show, me and Matthew talk for another 10-15 minutes just about Star Wars and other geek stuff. And he just tries to make me buy stuff. Like, that's literally what we do. He's just like, hey, Toby, look what I found. You need to buy that. You need to buy that. You need to buy that.
No. That's not going to be that's not going to be the conversation. The conversation is going to move to New Year's.
Oh, yeah. We got to talk about that, which is also coming up. Man, time is flying. But anyway, those are my Star Wars adventures. I'm reading that book, which is really enjoying that. I rewatched the tragedy from season 2, the Boba Fett episode, to get me back into Boba Fett mode. So I'm what happens with me and really all the things I get excited about, if I take a break from them and then the announcements start to come and I get excited, I immediately just give me all of it. Just give me all of it at one time. So I'm all in for Star Wars right now. Next week is going to be so exciting with Disney Plus Day, and we're pretty confident we're going to put together a show for you guys afterwards to really get into it. It might be 3 hours. I don't care. There's going to be so much to talk about.
I mean, hell, that the live stream you and Chris and I did post Investors Day last year, still the highest viewed thing on this channel.
So yeah, I think it's going to be pretty big, and we'll probably bring in a whole bunch of people from the crew to have that conversation. Because, again, it's not just Star Wars. Like, Marvel stuff, Pixar stuff, Disney animation stuff, live act. Like, there's so much news that we're going to see, and it's going to be very overwhelming. But we're gonna bring something for you to really get into the nitty-gritty of it all.
Yeah, I'm excited.
But that is going to do it for today's show. And I want you all to do me a quick favor real quick. Please, I'm begging you. I'm on my knees. Please subscribe to the channel. We put a lot of work into this channel with so many different shows and different people, to really give you all the latest and greatest in news and TV and geek stuff. So please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please like this video. Please leave a comment. Get the conversation started in the comment section. We really appreciate y'all's support and everything that you guys do for us, the social media reactions, the live comments here. Like, you don't know what it means to us to just interact with you guys every single day. So we really appreciate it. Next week's going to be crazy. I cannot wait. I'm going to have this big smile on my face all week. And man, Disney Plus Day, that's going to be an adventure. So make sure you look forward to that next week.
All right.
Yeah, Matthew, thank you for being on the show as always. And shout out to Colin. I don't know where he's been. I think he's in a drunk stupor from work. I'm just gonna say he's in a drunk stupor from his Braves
championship. Yeah, it's been a mixture of work and still celebrating the Braves World Series. I mean, I'm pretty sure he drove to Atlanta for the parade.
Wow, lucky guy. His team winning the championship, which I can't say about any of my teams.
Toby will never feel that in his lifetime. I got to feel it though. Hey.
No, the Colts 2006 was really the only thing I've had anything close to that.
Yeah, but you were how old then?
I was 9, so I remember the parade. I remember the game. But if it happened now, I would be like Colin. I would be in a trash can somewhere.
How I reacted, getting It looks like my calves are in a much better spot than anyone thought they would be, and your Pacers are just falling apart. And we're not going to go there. That's Real Sports on Tuesday. But yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. Peace and much love to you, and may the Force be with you always.